around Valentine's Day, Louis first did a video, which I thought was very appropriate. He does a lot of videos, and his stuff seems to be excellent. And he's from Sussman. He said, helping teens break up abusive relationships. Even in teenagers, they have abusive relationships, almost like bad marriages. So what can we do to be helping our children not have an abusive relationship?
Well, first, you're absolutely correct. I run across this in my psychology practice that teenagers are often, I get calls from parents concerned about their kids being in abusive relationships. Part of the problem is, of course, that the children don't like to confide, or the teen doesn't like to confide in their parents because the parents often criticize immediately and get horrified. But you really have to encourage your kids to talk about their relationships and who they're with. And, of course, there are obvious signs that I know Dr. First talked about, where if your child has bruises or cuts or starts to act strangely or comes in the house and avoids eye contact and rushes to their room, perhaps to hide an injury, these are possible telltale signs of them actually being abused.
So you should communicate, not dictate. And probably the most important thing people forget, live by good example. So try to show that you have respect of if it's your mother or the father, the one you're talking to. Because how can you tell them if you don't live up to the same kind of standard? You don't have to be in love. Look, there are divorces in this world. But show respect. Look, that's your mother and your father. If we're living together, it's great. If we got divorced, we show the right way we should handle adults acting like adults and like kids. Is that correct?
Yes, and in fact, when I've worked with kids who are in abusive relationships, one of the first things they say is that when the parents expresses horror and disappointment and criticism, they'll say, but look at you and Daddy, the way you talk to each other, the way you act. Of course, it's, the expression, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.